There are 111 days until summer, and I have a lot of work to get done. This week is applying for jobs.
The second job I just applied for, it was kind of weird.
Figuring out my calorie deficit. That means I'm eating 1900 calories. That may be a normal amount for a man who's in a deficit, honestly. Finding the motivation to be my best self on social media. Relax and fit YouTube into my schedule, not make my schedule surround YouTube. And solidifying the confidence in myself to do it all. And talking to you guys about having a clear mind and a clear space and how like they affect each other. Time is running out and we need to lock in. This is how I look starting out. I encourage you guys to take a starting photo just like me, and I will see you guys on June 20th when the transformation is complete. I'm coming to you guys, skincare done, practically ready for bed, and brutally honest, I have not worked for a little bit over a year and a half. I've done side gigs, but not actual work, and it is finally time. I can honestly get into it a different video, maybe a whole video about how I ended up unemployed and why I stayed unemployed for so long. But right now, the focus is that I need to get a job because I have so many things I need to buy, and summer is soon, so I need to be prepared. There's so many things I want to purchase, try out for myself and with you guys: hair, nails, makeup, everything more in depth than I ever have before. On top of that, I want to move out for good, never looking back ever again. So obviously, again, I need to start building up my savings. I'm giving myself until the end of March, and hopefully it happens sooner than that. But here are the 2 steps that I'm taking during this entire month. Focus group 1 is me applying for jobs in general, applying for jobs for a day, so basically 20 jobs a week. And at the end of the week on Fridays, I call my favorite ones from the week and I check in with them and say, hey, I applied. Please look at my application. And number 2, obviously I don't want to be working every single day of my life, and I should probably start looking into passive income. So that's what I'll be doing, just a bit of research every single day, especially for this week. That being said, it is still Monday and I still have time to apply for 4 new jobs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then get back to you guys.
One down, 3 more to go. The second job I just applied for, it was kind of weird. Like, I think it's like a survey-based thing. I'd be training AI. 20 an hour. Decent. So I put that as like a side thing then. Number 4 is done. Just need to check on the AI one. Literally right now, I am reading a sonnet and I'm trying to decide which one sounds better for the AI thing to choose. I think this is like the survey part, so I don't think I'm like starting officially, but it's like trying to see if I can do what I'm supposed to do. It's official. I have finished applying 40 jobs. 40 jobs. I'm sleepy. And I have saved 40 ones for tomorrow. So I can go to sleep. Oh wait, I have to exercise. Can't let myself down. Never back down, never what? Never give up.
So I figure since I'm getting ready to do my workout right now, I should start the next thing. It's talking about a calorie deficit, getting my body right for summer, preparing everything that I need in order to make sure my body looks good. Now, I already had breakfast. It's something similar to this. Honestly, I probably will eat it again actually, just without the cucumber. But this is like an idea of what I plan to be eating this week. It's shrimp or beef, and then cucumber, cabbage, rice, a little bit of stew, just like flavor, health. These meals are high in protein and they are low in calories, and that is the goal because I am in a calorie deficit. Now, to be honest, I think I've been in a calorie deficit on accident for the longest time, and it was like a really small deficit. Some days I'm not even sure if I hit 800 calories, and I was like, okay, I know that I had issues with counting calories before, which honestly, if you guys want a whole video on my eating relationship journey and how I overcame it, we can talk about that later. But I know that I'm in a place right now where I can count calories perfectly fine and I'll be good in order to make sure that I'm hitting all my macros and also staying in a deficit that is good enough for me to not just plateau through my weight and, you know, be healthy. I'm going to continue getting ready to do my Pilates. While we talk about this, basically this past week I have been going back and forth in, am I eating enough calories or am I not? My calorie counter thing, I'm using Minute Diary, that app. It has me eating like it had my deficit at 1700 calories, which you would think is great, except for like a million reasons. Reason one, I'm 5'3". The space between my ribcage and my pelvis is about this much space. My digestive system is shoved in that space, so I can't eat that much food. Generally, if I'm eating a big meal, then it's gonna be something that's like, I eat maybe 2 meals in that day, and the big meal is part of it. Then thing two, I am really active. So in the morning I do my Pilates, weighted, and then I do weighted walking with an arm workout in between that. And that weighted walking is also burning more calories than just regular walking. Then after dinner, I go on a walk between 30 minutes or an hour, depending on how long it'll take me to hit the 15,000 step mark. Also just, maybe I just need to digest my food for a bit. Maybe it starts raining, 30 minutes to an hour. I just stick with that. And then I do a quick 15-minute nighttime Pilates with stretching at the end. I'm very, very active. I also want to incorporate dancing again because I love it, and having a lot of cardio in my life definitely has helped me stay lean in the times where I was my leanest. Now, because of that, I'm burning at least 500 calories a day with that routine. So if my deficit is at 1700 and the amount of calories I'm burning is at 500 something, and I'm taking at least half of the calories from there, 250, that means I'm eating 1900 calories. That may be a normal amount for maybe like for a man who's in a deficit, honestly, to be eating like 1900 if his body requires 2500 regularly. But me, no. So I went ahead and I was like, okay, maybe 1200 should work. I tried the 1200 thing. I felt so restricted, and I was like, okay, this anxiety feeling that I'm having right now, it's not working out. So I figured right now I'm currently at 1555 calories. I put 555 on there because I am working out to experience change in my body, and I figure that's just a great reminder to look at every morning. But it also allows me to be able to eat as much as I know my body needs in terms of the amounts frequently through the day, and for me to work out. And let's say that at a certain point in the day, if I feel like I want a sweet treat or I want a little snack, extra fruit, like a piece of candy, whatever, then I'm able to have it. My go-to piece of candy these days is a small candy cane. It's like 17 calories. So if I feel like I want to have those things, then I don't have to worry about, oh, well, I'm out of space now, can't eat it. Like, I don't want to let myself enter that mentality. So with that, that's the baseline that I'm at with my calorie intake. Another thing is also the goal that I have for myself this summer. Again, we're starting this video out at 111 days till summer, and I'm so serious about that because I need this body to be tea. I am going through a lot right now in terms of a big transition in my life for the next 30 days, but in terms of the next 110 days from here to the start of summer, June 20th, I am making sure that everything is working out in my favor and I'm being consistent. Hello, so now we're on the topic of social media in preparation for summer. So I'm gonna be doing my makeup for today, and I have a couple of things to film today, including another segment for this video. But for now, I want to get presentable and actually feel like myself. Yesterday, I questioned if I even took a shower because I realized I didn't put any makeup on, and usually that's what I do after taking my shower so I can feel a bit more presentable. So social media. Obviously, I'm documenting this journey on here. I'm super excited about it. I want to see how it turns out, and I feel like this is something that I can actually keep up with because I've created a separate filming and editing schedule. I realized that in my other attempts at posting consistently on here, I was going based off of, well, one, just trying to either film fashion content and stick to that, or film content that would take some time to film, maybe like a week, maybe a week and a half. And that kind of messed with my brain's idea of when would I film, when would I edit, would I get this done in time for my upload day? When in reality, I just kind of want to relax and fit YouTube into my schedule, not make my schedule surround YouTube. Does that make sense? So due to that new mindset around social media here, I was also thinking, when I'm at my busiest, I am posting all the time, and usually that is around summer. So in summer, I'm posting consistently because maybe I'm going to a festival, maybe I'm traveling out of the country, maybe I'm seeing friends more often, and that just means I'm posting a lot more often. But the thing is that once it gets to fall and winter again, I stop posting as consistently, and I realized that's not really the life I want to live. Like, I want to, for one, keep using Instagram as my time capsule. That's why I've been using it as a platform for the longest time. So I want to keep doing that, but on top of it, I want to put myself out there in different avenues I haven't been on. It's like how they say that if you take the same path to work every single day, you're not going to see anything different. So if I'm only posting on TikTok for the majority of my content and then YouTube, then I'm not really getting everything I really can out of my social media journey. Whereas if I try a little something on Instagram, then I can. Now today's Thursday, so I think it's Thursday. Yes, today's Thursday. Because today's Thursday, I'm not gonna post. I think when I'm posting on Instagram, and this is just me spitballing, I haven't really created any schedule, but I think that I would keep posting to the weekend time. That way I'm not really concerned about, oh, are people gonna look at it because maybe they're at work. Plus, I think I'm a lot more active and busy on the weekends, just even in the winter. So me posting on the weekend would make more sense for me. I don't want to act from a place of, oh, well, Instagram says this, so I'm gonna do this. I think I'd rather just be consistent at the start and then see what happens from there. So I think it's like a decent guideline for me. I'm bringing up the social media thing right now though, because again, I'm starting filming this YouTube video and I want to make sure that I'm starting off on a good foot where I'm consistent on all areas. So tomorrow, against my anxiety, I will be posting on Instagram. And the thing with that is like, I want to step into a baddie mindset where it's like, who cares? I'm literally on my own Instagram page. I'm gonna post the photos that I took because I went and I posed for them. I should be posting them. And I'm going to basically build up the courage on Instagram first for me to get myself out there, because honestly, if you can post consistently on Instagram, you can post literally anywhere with no fear. So if you're doing the summer prep journey with me, then maybe start posting. Because the thing is, if you really think about it, if we start now, we'll be so good at posting, it'll be second nature. Maybe by starting now, it's March, then maybe your posting identity will be a lot stronger. Maybe you'll know exactly what you want to post on stories or what you want to post in terms of like your feed, if you want to post more shorts and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to get into. What do I want to keep posting on my Instagram? How do I want to present myself up there? And how do I want to enjoy that form of social media? You know, that way by the time that it hits June, I'm like a pro at posting. It'll genuinely just feel like an extension of me. That's the goal. I love this mascara. I want to start using a eyelash curler. By the way, a little update on the job application thing. I was applying for jobs on Indeed and I've put in like a lot of applications. At the very least, I've put in 30 by now. But I was scrolling on TikTok last night and I was like, oh, you know, I could go back to looking for more fun jobs. That's what I used to do back when I was in university. There's something on my chin. I would think like, oh, I want to do this job, and then I would just find a place that was hiring and I would see if I liked the atmosphere and the people who, like, you know, I met when I first got there, and if I liked it enough, then I would apply. Or if I just got a random idea, I literally like, I walked dogs for like a couple months when I got back from Korea because I was like, I want to be a dog walker, and I did, and I enjoyed it for the time being, and then I stopped doing it because it was getting kind of icky. But you know, I had fun, so I want to get back into that mentality and try to do things that I'd actually like to do. You know, I could sign up for a Pilates studio. I do Pilates anyway. I could sign up for a bakery. I like food. So I'm gonna see about that today as I'm getting my day started. And together we're going to prep and schedule an Instagram post for me to put up for tomorrow, because I can schedule Instagram posts and I want to stand on business. And then we're gonna have a good rest of the day. I did honestly start out my day kind of slow, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm trying to build myself back up and just focus on these things that I have to get done today. I'm gonna take this off. I just used it to lay my hair flat. If it looks cute though, I might put it back on. Ooh, that's another thing, and we'll talk about, there's gonna be a whole video dedicated to this, but I am taking on a hair journey where right now at least I'm washing my hair washing my hair once to twice a week, but massaging my hair in the water every single day, because I remember I did that 2 years ago around my birthday and it did me wonders. So I'm gonna get back into that. I want my hair to be longer. Like she's doing, oh, it's like from the opposite side of my head. She's doing okay, you know, but there was room for improvement. So now let's work on this Instagram post. If you have one that you need to work on too, I'm gonna put the screen up for you. Let's get her done. I've gone through all the photos that I want to choose before I choose like my final 6. I think I'm gonna go with 6 photos, but I need to go eat. I don't know if you saw that notification pop up on my phone. I need to go eat dinner, so I'm gonna go do that. That way I'm not starving when I wake up tomorrow. So I just finished eating and I was supposed to be, see, this is why I need to do things on time, because I was supposed to, I'm putting my socks on. I was supposed to start eating at 5:30. That way I could be done eating by 6 and go immediately on my walk. But then I was like, oh, I'm still editing, trying to figure out this Instagram thing. It can wait. So then I didn't finish eating till basically like not even 5 minutes ago. And I'm scrolling on TikTok and I see this post. And now here we are, socks on, shoes about to be on, and I will continue editing down and deciding what I want to do on the walk, and I will update you guys on what I'm posting when I'm finished. I finished the whole Stanley today, by the way. I don't know why it's dark, but I have been like maybe drinking a Stanley and a half. This is 1.18 liters. I'm supposed to drink 2 liters a day. I've been drinking like a Stanley and a half, Stanley and a third, or like I'll drink one full one and a little bit in the morning, and then I won't touch it for the rest of the day. And then it comes nighttime and I'm like chugging this much water. And it's like, just drink consistently. I'm not sure if I mentioned this or if I took it out, but if I didn't, I'm gonna get into the routine of not just drinking water when I'm about to work out, because like obviously it's a plus. Working out every day helps me drink water, amazing, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it more consistently than that, and it's obviously good for my skin when I do so. So, I have like a lump in my back right now, slight one, because of my other hoodie. So I'm going on my walk, digest my food, get my steps in. I think I got maybe like, how many steps did I get actually this morning? I got a measly 4,700. So that was because I couldn't get a full hour in. I'm definitely getting an hour in right now. So I'm gonna go out, and that should at least put me past 10K. The lump just got worse. In an hour, because usually my 10,000 steps takes an hour and a half. So I can probably look at like an extra 6K in the time that I'm walking outside. And let's just hope that I make it more than that, because I'm supposed to be hitting 15,000. Like, girl, pull yourself together. But 10K is my minimum. Anyway, let's walk. Good morning. So I might have dropped the ball a little bit. It is currently 7 a.m., almost 8, and I still have one last thing I wanted to share with you guys in this video, which is me cleaning up my room. So my room is not entirely a mess, but I will tell you guys that I have been struggling mentally because my room has not been entirely clean. I can tell you, I used to be the type of person where my room would be like pretty messy, and I would just like leave it get through the motions and like clean it up when I had the time. Not anymore. Now, especially over the past like 2-3 weeks, I've been building up the habit of just casually cleaning up my room whenever I can tell like something is messy. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna film myself cleaning my room and talking to you guys about having a clear mind and a clear space and how like they affect each other. But because my room was progressively getting more messy and I was leaving the mess for me to clean and film, my mind started getting really just clouded. And I can even like insert a clip of me last night. I was losing it. I had to clean up something, but I have so much to do. I have a lot of filming to do for TikTok today, and I have to get early start. I didn't wake up late. I woke up an hour late, but it's okay because I feel well rested and I know that I can still get all this stuff done. So yeah, let's get to cleaning while I talk to you about how it's affected my mindset and how I did that 180 turn, because I think that's like the biggest thing. How am I gonna set all these goals for myself for me to reach by the start of summer if I can't even control the area that I'm staying in? So the first habit that I built for me trying to keep my space clean was basically like I would walk into my room and just for 5 minutes I would organize my stuff. I would start basically like from one side of my dresser to another, 5 minutes. If I had more energy, then it'd be like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes here, and like 15 minutes. That's not bad, you know? I think that mindset came from my workouts. It's like, if you can do 5 minutes of an ab workout, booty workout, arm workout, then you can do 5 minutes of just cleaning up your space and make it look better. And oftentimes it was that my room was a lot messier than 15 minutes would have helped with, but that 5 minutes in one area would cover a lot and take off a lot of stress for me. So then it's like, it's a win in a way. And again, slowly building a habit, because if it's a habit that you don't have at all, you can't just force yourself into it or else you're gonna fail. I think another thing after that though was decorating my room. This stuff was not on my wall before. This dresser thing was not there before. This was here, still quite messy. Whenever I enter a space, I prolong trying to make it look nice and trying to make it feel like my own space for the longest time, because I usually try to operate from a place of detachment. Yikes. But anyway, because of that mindset, it's caused me to hate the space that I'm living in. And if I hate the space that I'm living in, I'm not really gonna clean it up, make it look nice. So I think the hugest turning point for me was when I decorated it. It was like, I actually kind of like this space. Like, I want it to look nice, I want it to stay nice. And this is like a revelation for me. I never realized that this was the case until recently, because again, the amount of stress that I feel when this space isn't clean, because I know what it's supposed to look like when it's perfect. When it's not perfect, I'm like, what's going on? I'm stressed, you know? So being able to do tiny little things to tidy up this space and make her still look the way I want her to look has been really helpful for me in terms of keeping my space clean. And then on top of that, your room is a reflection of your mind. So why not have it be both clean? Yeah, therefore you have like clear flowing thoughts, but then also have it look the way you want it to look. That way it's like, you know, I'm not just trapped in this space, but I'm actually here. Whatever you can, especially with such a goal that's like a time-based goal, do whatever you can in order to make sure that that goal happens. And if decorating your room for a day is what does it, then I say do it. By the way, speaking of trying to keep my room decorated and make it look nice and make me enjoy the space, I have these flowers. I've been drying them for about a week, so let's take them down and put them away. This is the bouquet. Can you see it? Wow, it used to be like a lot bigger, but after drying, it shrunk. I've actually dried those flowers over there too. So whenever I do it, I tie a little bow here. So I'm gonna basically tighten this, and then I'm gonna put them in one of my vases until I get a new bouquet. In my vision board for 2025, I said that I'd start doing more flower arrangements. And so the fact that I'm actually doing it, and then I'm taking it a step further, and I'm also learning how to dry flowers, is really fun for me. Okay. In here, I think I'll let the bow sit out like this. With normal lighting, it looks like this, which I think is nice. I think I'm gonna cut this a bit later, like that. Okay. I'm gonna be leaving these highlighters out here because these are the ones I use every day and I don't like searching for them all the time. I think it's another thing too, like making sure that I'm not OCD about the whole thing also is a bit helpful. Like, yes, I should feel disrupted when my space isn't clean because obviously it's not clean. I want to feel comfortable in my space. But if I let it get to me too much, or if I'm trying to control every single thing, I won't get anywhere. You know, there's sides to the spectrum. So I'm sorting out what I need to wash next. The next thing that really helped, and I was super surprised about it, like I didn't think that it would have such an effect, but I felt like I didn't have space for everything that I had in my room. Like I felt like there wasn't a way for me to properly organize everything. So what I did, instead of just sitting around and being like, ugh, I don't have anything, is I got a dresser, and I knew that I needed space to hold my bags, so I put them on that dresser. I got myself, I'll show you, these cute little, I had these dishes for a while. I made it like an area for the things that go immediately into my purse. That way, whenever I go out, I don't feel like I have to put my lip gloss I use every day right back into my makeup bag. My lotion needs to go some random place. Like, basically, it felt like I had better places to keep the things that were kind of miscellaneous in a way. And I didn't feel the need to stress out about, okay, well, if I put this here and then I need it for next week, and then where am I gonna put this? And I have to take it out and put it back in. It's a lot easier to have basically assigned spaces that make me feel a lot more comfortable. Even with my closet is color coded, and it helps me to be able to find the clothes that I want. It helps me be able to see that, okay, if I want to get this top, for example, then I'm searching in the far right end for me to wear it and, you know, not have to rush through searching for my things. So yeah, I'm gonna run these clothes into the washer now, and I'm going to meet you guys for mindset. My room is looking a lot more clean, and I'm excited to get my day started. Okay guys, there's just one more thing to talk about, which is mindset shift and basically creating the confidence in myself that I need in order to make my summer go great. And lo and behold, see, I just finished filming a bunch of short form content for you, which means my room is a mess again. It honestly could be worse. I was putting some clothes away as I was putting outfits together, but it's a mess. So I'm gonna talk about just like the things that come to mind in me starting this series with you guys, and with me trying to also become my best self right before summer starts. So there are actually 104 days till summer. There's 104 days of summer vacation, and school comes along just to end. Will I get copyrighted for that? I started this at 111 days actually, and I was supposed to be updating the countdown, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna scratch it off. 0, before. That looks so bad. Today's almost over anyway. My main thing is keeping myself accountable and doing all of these things. But I feel like now, in doing all of this, it's just a perfect time for me to let you guys get to know me and to create content that would be leading up to summer. That way I'm getting into, you know, like a posting frequently mindset that I usually am in summer, but I want it to be a habit to where once it comes to fall and winter, I'm still posting consistently. Oh my god. Just making more mess for myself. I did a purse haul, by the way, because one of you guys specifically on YouTube asked for it, and I needed to get all my bags over there in order to film it. So I'm gonna organize this area while we keep talking. Part one is me trying to build the muscle of posting consistently on here. That way, when it comes to summertime, I'm not second guessing posting anything on any platform. That's why I made the segment on the Instagram thing, because I was thinking like, okay, Instagram, I post the least on there, but that's where I am most active in the summertime. We went to a cafe, went to have this, went to eat that, went to the beach. Like, I go to different countries, I'm posting the place I go to, and then a bunch of different stories posts on there. I really want to get ahead of the curve and just make sure that I'm actually going to be posting frequently, but then also taking social media seriously this year. Last year, I gave myself the room to build a lot of different habits that weren't just surrounding social media. So I had to build the habit of like actually exercising, because I wasn't doing it, and I knew that I didn't want my body to look the way it's been and feel the way it had been feeling forever. So I had to get on it, and I got over the fear of posting by posting on TikTok more consistently, and posting on TikTok more consistently helped me start posting on YouTube Shorts, which is making me feel a lot more comfortable with filming and talking to the camera and getting ready to post this series. So now that I've built up those muscles, I want to be able to actually use them, and that's where this year comes in, because now that I'm about to start working again, I need to make sure that I have an actual routine for myself to where I can film and I can like get any content that I need done and edit it in a timely manner, which is where my schedules come in. And honestly, we can get into it if you guys like, or if I'm starting to run out of content, I can go in depth with my routines that I've made. But one thing I'll say is that if you are thinking about creating a routine and your life is currently changing a lot like mine, then try and consider to create a routine that you'll only stick to for like a week. That way, if something changes, then you know that, okay, next week I can fix this, and I don't have to feel like I'm too tied down to this one mindset that I had for myself. Another thing with me posting all of this prep for summer is, well, first of all, I've kind of been defrosting through February and through March, but spring is basically here. Once it starts heating up, so do the activities. I just want to make sure that I'm physically looking good. So me using this time to practice new makeup looks and to try out different fashion styles, shop more, do my hair differently, it's all going to occur in this series. My reasoning for that is summer is so soon, and I want to make sure that I'm presenting my best self, obviously. But then after summer, I'll be into my underwear. But then after summer comes fall, and that's my birthday season, and I am turning 24 this year, which means that I want to make sure that I am looking and feeling and doing the things that I said I would be doing years ago. Which is why I'm also bringing you guys along with me. I feel like it's a good way for me to both test out my editing skills and get to know you guys more and post more frequently on a weekly basis. That way I'm holding myself accountable for all the things that I said I'd be doing before summer. Regardless, the time's gonna pass, so either I do the things I said I was gonna do, or I am in the same place 3 months from now. So obviously I've listed all the things I want to accomplish, and none of this is without planning. I am a huge planner person. I like to write things down and create things for myself to accomplish. You can't read it, it's blurred out, I believe. I hope, at least. But each week I have a planner that I've put out, and then the routines that I'm keeping up with for right now, the little schedules that I have. For like example today, this is my TikTok filming schedule for the content that I plan on making, and then my countdown until the end of March, because that's when I'm expecting big things and big change, and just like little milestones I'm trying to keep up with. Obviously journaling in it almost every day. I think I'll skip maybe 2 days in a week. Keeping track of things like workouts, and you know, if I change something in my beauty routine, then I can take note of it. Also, I really hope my iPad isn't dead. It's always dead. So I have barely started it. Oh, by the way, I'm working on a new intro. Does she sort of look like me? I based it off of one photo that I have. This is her. This is me. When my hair is down, it's similar. Anyways, I'm currently working on a list of yeses and nos for myself, and I'll probably talk about it in the next video because the next video is a lot more about physical appearance. But I'm trying to make a list of yeses and nos for myself, like certain clothing items I don't really like, certain clothing shapes, certain looks for like hairstyles that I know do and don't suit me, especially when I'm picking photos. So I'm going to be compiling all those photos and taking note of why exactly I don't and do like them. And that's going to make a difference in how I present myself by the start of summer. So all of this to say, none of this that I'm posting right now is without planning. I'm doing all the mental, spiritual prep for myself to make sure that I can get through this. And I'm sticking to it because I, again, have no choice. And I have a editing schedule. So all is well. I trust myself, and I'm excited for you guys to see more of my posts this spring as we get into summer. Okay, XXO.